Jimbo's Garage.
Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome back to Jimbo's Garage. Well, I got a good little project for us here today. What we've got here is an old lumber cart, or a wood trolley, if you will, from a sawmill or a lumber yard, probably over 100 years ago. A friend of mine's dad had several of these in storage for probably 50 or 60 years, and he would like to get one of them restored slightly. They're going to be putting this using it for a piece of furniture in their house, if you will. And we're not going to be doing too much to this. There are some loose boards here and some nails that are broken, and it's awfully dusty and dirty from being in storage. So what we're going to do is we're going to pressure wash this thing off, get everything cleaned off, fix up some of these loose boards right here, and then put a clear coat of polyurethane and like a semi-gloss to give it that rich luster semi-gloss look. So with that said, let's get started. So I started with the Sunjo electric pressure washer and got all the grime and the dirt washed off, and that worked out really good. You know, sometimes working by yourself in here in the shop can be a little bit awkward when you're trying to move heavy objects up onto this work table, my welding table, like I need to do oftentimes. And, you know, I had to find some way of getting that cart up onto this table right here. And that thing weighs about 150 pounds or probably more. And it's just awkward in size and shape. And I just, again, I'm by myself. I could wait for somebody to come over here and help me do this, but I don't have time for that. I want to get moving on this project. So I got to figure out some way of getting that thing up here. So I'm sure I can. Yeah, let's do it. Okay, I think I got this. I was able to get some scaffolding ramps from on the side of the house, and my plan is to roll the cart up these planks onto my workbench, then move these planks over to here, and then roll the cart onto my welding table. I think that's going to work. I hope so. Let's give it a try. Well, it actually worked pretty good. It took a little bit effort. I know I make it look easy right here. It did take a little bit of time, but hey, it worked just the way I was hoping it would. And I ultimately got it over to the welding table where I needed to have it do the work. Wow. All right. Well, anyways, I got the cart up on my welding table, so now I can do some work to this thing. And I think the first thing I noticed that all the way around there's metal hardware. You guys can see this here, and the wheels mounts right here, and it's on both sides, and actually the big metal wheels on the very bottom. It's held together by a lot of old hardware, old big square nuts, and everything is loose and everything is coming apart. And so the first thing I want to do is get everything back where it needs to be, level it all out, and get everything tightened up. And then we'll get to replacing some of these nails and getting everything back to its original state so we can get this thing finished. So let's do it. Alright, so the first thing I did is just get a clamp and clamped everything together and tightened up all the hardware, at least everything that I could tightened up to kind of get everything nice and solid and as strong as I could. Okay, so I tightened everything up on this side of the cart over here, and that worked out really well. I was able to clamp everything nice and tight and tighten up all the bolts, and everything is perfectly square and true, and that worked out really good. However, we got a bit of a problem on this side of the cart. As I was getting ready to start, I noticed that, for one, that a piece of the cross member of the cart right here is actually broken off. That I don't know what happened, but a piece of this 2x6 came off. Now, I can't really do too much with that, nor do I want to do anything with it, because that is going to definitely look like I've done something to the cart, and I kind of want to leave well enough alone, and it's not really going to affect too much because it is just going to be sitting in a single location. However, what's happening here is, if you notice, it's missing this piece of solid bar, like it's not all thread, but it's a solid piece of 3/8 stock that goes all the way through with threads on each side, and that's what holds this together. You can see on this side over here, both pieces are in here, and that works out really well. However, this one is missing, and it came out at some point in time, and whoever tried to fix it just put like a big lag bolt in here, but you can see the lag bolt's not, it's not even attached to anything. They missed the board completely. So somehow or another I'm going to have to come up with a piece of 3/8 round bar stock or some all thread and get this fixed up. And then I don't know how I'm going to, you know, it's missing a couple nuts, and these are square nuts from 100 years plus ago. I don't think I have anything like that. I'll have to see. But anyways, let's get this thing fixed up. Went over to my metal supply bin and tried to find something that, you know, I was hoping I'd have some 3/8 round stock or some all thread, and I did happen to find, a piece of 3/8 solid bar stock that was absolutely perfect, unbelievable. But anyways, I just marked it up and took it over to the Yoast, cut off what I needed, and then went to the tap and die drawer in my toolbox, which I very rarely use. I've had this thing for about 20 plus years and I haven't used it that much. As you can see, it still looks new, but hey, I was able to find the right size 3/8 standard die here and got that on there. Worked out pretty good, I gotta say. I haven't done a lot of that before, but hey, in this case, it worked out perfectly. I did it on both sides and I was able to replicate which looks like the original piece of equipment. Unbelievably, I went to my old nut drawer here, and I you can see there's a couple of square nuts in there, and I did find a couple of them. I don't know where I got these. I've been collecting this hardware since I was 8 years old. Maybe this is some of my dad's old stuff, but anyways, I was able to get some WD-40 in there, clean it up with the tap, and get the threads going again, and there it is. That actually worked out really good. Put it all back together, tightened everything up. It was just like brand new again. And once I did that, it was time to start replacing some of these nails that were in there. And as I was pulling this out, you can see that these nails looked like they were like originally put together. They were like cut in half. They were barely into the wood itself. So I was able to get some like 16 sinkers there, and you know, they got that vinyl coating on them. And I did cut them a little bit shorter. This wood was super hard. I drilled everything out, and you know, I was able to get those nails and get that part of it done. Worked out pretty good. And then it's just time to get some polyurethane. This is some semi-gloss. I just put everything on the inside right here, wheels, all the metal parts, and all on the inside. And you can see right there, it starts to look like it's like brand new on the underneath side of the cart. And once everything dried on the underneath side and got everything dried on all the metal and everything, I flipped it over to the other side and was able to get a coat on the top of the cart itself. And I gotta say, that turned out pretty darn good. Well, there it is. The lumber cart restoration is complete, and I gotta say this turned out better than I expected. This is gonna make for a really nice rustic furniture addition to their house. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to rate, comment, and subscribe for more videos.
See you next time on Jimbo's Garage.